welcome to Fraternizing with the Fey,
aka our Fey Earth edition of Talks Around the Teapot, where we talk about the last few episodes of our mini Fey Earth campaign. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. That's
So,
my thoughts about
what episodes?
So it started with the battle with the
5 and
sword.
6. Yeah. So we started on combat.
Yes.
That was a really fun.
But it was like
combat.
actual combat, because our first combat didn't really be in combat because I just like saved everybody.
Didn't really be combat.
I do good English.
Yeah, I had so much fun. I really enjoyed this combat.
Yeah.
It was quite scary, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
See, I think I just have a funny experience because I play Rosalind in Demons and Daughters, who's just scared all the time in combat. So I don't like not enjoy combat in Demons and Daughters, but mostly what I feel is Rosalind fear, panic.
Yeah.
Like, whereas when I play combat in other things, I'm like, oh, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like, oh, it's the same as watching combat and being like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, and it was really fun to play like our first proper combat in the system, because I feel like I understand all my spells now, which is so nice. And I was literally saying it like after we filmed, but I love this magic system and I love it in combat. Like
Me
it was
too.
so fun and so easy to use. 10 out of 10.
We did a lot of saving each other from natural 20s.
Oh,
Because somebody decided to roll 8 of them
somebody
in one
broke
battle.
their record.
Yes.
Oh, it's the Molly Mocktail.
Oh, I wanted that one.
you can't see this.
Yes, my record, because whenever I have combat, I don't ever roll average. It's either really brilliantly or really terribly. That's always the way the dice gods are with me. My previous record was 6 nat 20s in a single fight, and I broke that
By 2.
with the Muscamacada 8 nat 20s.
Like 8 is...
8
I mean,
nat
you
20s.
were rolling for like a lot of creatures.
Oh yeah, but still.
That's still
Like I was missing a lot, but I then rolled 8 nat 20s, and
But I think we managed to cancel out every single one of them.
At least...
no, all of them. I didn't get to do a single critical hit, because that's the thing. The crit system in Fey Earth is much more harsh than in other systems. So you, as well as taking a good chunk of damage, you then roll on a critical injury table. And that you've got these -1, -2 penalties to stuff until you take a major action to bandage wound or just receive any healing. So your mass healing spells would have cancelled out a critical injury.
Okay.
You know?
And I was doing those like every
lot.
round.
Yeah.
You know what you weren't doing? Hitting the things. You know what you can't do? Hit things.
But I did keep Bardo alive.
You did. You were very helpful in the fight.
Close.
Mass healing is actually
It
a
was
bit
so
broken
good.
compared to like Major Healing Word, which is like costs 2 mana less, but is like 1d6, and then it's an extra 4 mana for every d6. So like I could have healed Bardo, just Bardo, for 2d6 plus my magic for 8 mana, or I could heal everybody for 3d6 for 6 mana.
The difference between the two spells, though, is that if you spend more mana on mass healing, all you do is increase the number of targets that you heal. You don't increase the die. So it's still 3d6 plus your magic. But whereas with Major Healing Word, you are increasing the dice that you're rolling to heal.
Yeah.
So that's where the difference is. It's like, yeah, it's a more expensive spell, but if you need to pump a lot of healing into somebody, suddenly that's the spell that will do it. Whereas mass healing was perfect for what you guys were doing. You're in a group,
Also,
you're in
I
your
think we were
AoE.
at my limit.
Yeah. Close, I think, but you're in a group AoE, so that was perfect for that. But if you'd had one person who was dropping down and the tank monster is still in front of them and you're like, oh shit, I need to get them up, then you're using Major Healing Word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved it. I loved
so
Circle of
good.
Warding. That's
good.
one of my favourite
That was
spells. That was really cool. Even though we forgot about it for like a few
when we
rounds.
were doing it.
But it's like, I love that spell. That was really good.
And I think now that we've leveled up in some of the spells that I've got, like, if we can stack our things, they're rolling with some significant minuses.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be bad for them.
I
Don't
used
say
my magical item for the first time.
Oh,
The bell cane.
Oh, yeah.
My bell cane.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
That was
I
cool.
love
They were all,
it.
like,
that was so
confused.
cool.
Yeah, I think like that, you confusing like a couple of them at a time, like saved your skin.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
very much
100%.
so.
yeah.
Which is great.
Fucking killer over
Robert,
You
here.
were so good.
Robert was so good.
Real
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It was one of those situations where you know, Robert's backstory, which you guys don't know.
People made up
exactly.
an hour before playing.
Brilliant. Yeah, but it was one of those cases where it's like, oh, like I fully understand this, not the
Yeah.
creatures, not what they can do, but I can understand they need to be shot.
I can shoot them.
And like it was I felt like Robert go into like for the first time I think hanging out with you guys go into like a state of calmness, even though was in significant danger.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, oh, brilliant.
I've actually never seen him more chill
No.
this
Yeah.
whole game.
That's
You were-
his
you were
thing.
in
He's
his-
doing
he was in
his
his
zone,
element.
his
He doesn't have to
expertise.
talk to anyone. He doesn't have to like, you know, try to
Yeah.
explain things to
Yeah.
anyone. It's just like I can just shoot these things,
Yeah.
no problem. And then like once I got rid of the three around me, I had to go to help Bardo just because like
Friends.
we're very good business.
Bardo was
acquaintances.
getting beat up.
Bardo was getting beat
Literally.
up.
Bardo was not
Do you
doing
know
good.
what I really loved? Was like all of you get like either killing them or getting them all really low. You were all like, "Oh, we're fine," and then you turning and looking at me, and none of them have been hit at all.
And there's a wolf. Like, where the fuck has she gone?
That was really
That
funny
was
to me.
good.
There was a moment where I realised, like, oh no, mine have taken no damage.
Yeah.
That's fine. End of one.
But also, I don't know what I was going to say.
You did you not bite one of them?
I tried to
Yeah.
bite attack one of them and I
You
missed.
missed.
Oh, you missed, that's right, yeah.
Which is really funny.
But I didn't mind, like, she wasn't too, like, these things can't be hurt because they were, like, big evil flies. So, but, like, she doesn't have any attack spells.
No.
So she literally couldn't do anything. Because, like, I could have turned myself into something tanky earlier, but then I couldn't have healed anyone. Because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to cast any spells. So.
I feel like even in your direwolf form, when you went to attack, you're like, I don't want to hurt it.
Yeah,
You missed.
yeah. I was really like, I don't want to.
Your heart wasn't in it.
No.
Yeah.
Funny.
But yeah, it was really fun. And it was really, it was just really fun getting to see the mechanics of combat, like,
Yeah.
in motion. Because
Yeah.
it's really cool. It was really fun.
Yeah, no, it was very fun for me because it's like my other character is Seth who doesn't
It's an NPC.
like NPC doesn't do anything, so it's like it's fun to be someone who's just like, oh, I'm fully competent. Actually, this is great.
Really, like, the
as
most
Seth, you rolled
competent.
initiative for falling off a horse.
Yeah, I rolled damage to see if I when I fell off a horse.
Yeah, you could have really
I
died
could've- yeah,
in
if I got-
episode
if I got
two.
a 4, so
That would have
You
changed the
didn't
tone of
fall
the
off
whole
the
show.
horse.
no, but if I were to fall off
Yeah.
a horse,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hadn't have like caught him.
Like, that's the most intense thing.
that was
you've
at
done
one
so
point the
far.
most intense thing we'd experienced.
Yeah.
but no, it was fun like seeing like it was one of those things that in the fight where like Robert befriends people more in like dire situations, like because it's just easier to get, and then like seeing you guys like you like doing your spells, attacking, like, you know, killing these things, and you like helping Bardo and like the rest of us is like, okay,
Because Bardo's your friend.
Yeah.
Bardo is a very good work associate.
But like, we needed to like, prove our worth to in this battle on Bardo.
It's very much, it was one of those cases
work
where like,
associate.
Robert was just kind of like, oh, I see your worth. Which I know is a negative, bad way of
No,
looking
no,
at
I
things.
know.
But it was just kind of like, oh.
Was it finally like, oh, luck can do something?
Yeah, it was like, luck can do something, but then I saw you weren't attacking them. It's like, well, something is better than nothing, I guess.
I wouldn't be able to...
I mean, we would have all died without luck.
Yeah,
knowing
100%.
us, So
I think even if I had attack spells, I wouldn't have been able to use them and heal people because they would have both been major
Major
actions.
Oh, you couldn't, no.
No, but Robert doesn't know that.
Maybe, I don't know, is there like one cantrip, maybe?
No, nothing that will actually give someone grit.
Yeah.
And like I said, Robert doesn't know that though. It's just very much a case of like,
yeah.
dead around you, dead around you, dead around me, 3 fully healthy ones around you, and it's like, what have you been doing?
I was this close to just
Saving
running
our
laps.
lives.
Yeah, I know.
I was so close to just run. running in circles and like letting you just stand in the middle and like get them.
You came up with a deranged plan that you said to me at one point.
I did.
I'm glad you didn't.
I still might do it, so I'm not going to say.
I hope you don't.
Oh dear.
It's mental.
It is deranged.
It's
a
stupid.
bold choice.
It is stupid, but it is funny.
It would be hilarious.
If it worked, it would be funny. If it
I
didn't,
think it'll work.
you'd be very bad.
I'd be fine.
You wouldn't.
Anyway,
you didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
None of us went down during the combat as
Yeah?
well.
Yeah, none of us actually did. How low did you get? Because you got the lowest.
I got to 17 hit points out of 73.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got properly hurt.
Yeah.
The thing with those creatures was they weren't very tanky. They only had 25 grit. And they didn't have any armor.
But they did a lot of attacks.
Well, it was 3 attacks per turn, and the stinger attack, which on its own was a d6, was an additional d8 venom if you failed your... And all, like, even if you passed, you still got half of that. So, you know, on the turns where I was hitting with all 3 attacks, you know, you were averaging like 15 to 20 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was really one where I took like nearly 40 damage in like one attack.
Yeah.
From like 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the lowest I got, and I think like even if you didn't, I
didn't get that low.
I think the lowest I got was like got to 26, which is still pretty low.
Yeah, because you're in the 70s.
Yeah, no, yeah. At that point, like max grit was 74.
Yeah.
Which is like that's not a lot, but
I
I think,
got-
like me killing like on the first round, I think I killed one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like doing that like saved.
Yeah.
basically.
That was really
I got
good.
below half, but I don't think that I took that low
Same.
because I wasn't taking any poison damage.
Yeah, because of the spine of the grove and
Yeah.
making you immune to venoms.
So I was like protected from that.
Because that's an extra d8 damage I'm rolling with that
Yeah.
attack. That's a big thing, like, yeah.
Which was so useful given that you are our hero.
Yeah.
Like, we needed you a lot.
It truly was. There were like some moments in that combat as Robert where I was like, I went to help Bardo, and then it was like, oh, Bardo might have things under control as long as you kill the next one. So I'll jump over and help you because you're like helping and you're healing.
And then Bardo wouldn't
And then
kill
Bardo
him.
would kill it, and I'm like, just fucking kill the thing.
I was
You
trying.
were rolling so bad.
I know.
You were rolling
Like,
shit.
what was that? I was hitting with my cane. I was doing the bell cane spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just kept rolling like under a 5.
Yeah, it was
It
shocking.
was really bad.
If my staff protects me from poison and venom, does that mean that like when I was traveling, I could just eat anything?
In theory, yes. No, natural poisons and venom. So, like, say, pollutants from industry, it wouldn't protect you from them.
Right.
But natural poisons and venoms from plants and animals, including fey creatures, magical, you are
But that's
protected
what,
from
like,
them.
if I went foraging and I could just eat any berries.
Yeah. You might not have gotten any nutrients from them, though.
But you wouldn't like be.
But you wouldn't die.
Get sick and die.
I feel like I would still know because I didn't have it my whole travel.
I will also say that this means if you have mushrooms, you don't have a fun time.
I just don't think Luck would want that anyway.
But I think somebody would.
Yeah.
No, it was that one time where I was like, I can make these cool mushrooms.
Yeah.
And you were like, what's that about mushrooms?
Yeah.
I don't think Robert would eat them.
No, Robert wouldn't trust it. Robert, it's hard enough to get him to eat a carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because you gave like you guys.
That was
give me,
so
like,
cute.
Purple carrots, and it's just kind of like.
I thought carrots were originally purple.
They were.
Yeah. But like you know.
I felt you testing me when you asked me what colour they were. I was like, I know what to say here. I'll make you a watermelon that's this big.
Make you bananas with like those massive
seeds.
fucking seeds
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
In my head, she like only grows the like fully like
The
natural
original
version
form.
of it.
Yeah, it's like
No.
they're all the heritage breeds of every vegetable and every fruit.
Yeah.
You know, like today you need to find some 60-year-old hippie, you know,
Yeah.
like in the middle of Yorkshire to like get these plants.
And then anything else?
I feel like, sorry, but I feel like the whole time that I've been staying with you, like I've been making sure that we're like stocked on like roots and potatoes for
Yeah.
everything that Gertrude cooks.
100%. Yeah.
We've made like, I've made berries
Made
for pudding and
stews, yeah.
stews for, yeah.
Crumble. Everybody's good
Oh my
at cooking
God.
something. And I'm good at cooking crumble.
What is that?
It's a banger.
Friends in a time.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
She did
we
a punk version of it. She collabed with a punk band and they sang that song.
Oh,
I need to
heard
hear that. I need to hear that.
It was
so we
good.
won the battle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We got some money.
Yeah, in the box was 80 gold.
80 gold, 20 gold
That's a
each.
lot of money.
We weren't gonna originally.
Yeah,
like,
we
share
were
it
all
fully.
gathered around and you were going, should we share it with them? No. I mean that. We're here, Robert.
Well,
I
hold up.
You
It
were
wasn't.
like, why are you giving me money? Because you want it, and I
Well,
don't care.
it was very much a case of like, me and Bardo looked at each other, and in most cases, we wouldn't be sharing it evenly with you guys. But
But like we were looking in the box.
there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't know how. They saw the coin purse, but not how many coins were in there.
I mean, we watched you sit and count it. We were right next to you.
Yeah,
Okay, fair
exactly.
enough.
We were
Right.
literally right next to you.
Fair enough, fair
You didn't
enough.
even like turn away to hide it from us. We were there.
Oh dear.
But like Robert was in that combat willing to share it because it wasn't like we did all the work and
Yeah.
you guys were. It was
Well,
very
that was
much
the
like
thing that I thought was like Robert's all for like fair wages for
Yeah.
fair
yeah,
work.
and that's
so,
why it was like split
Yeah.
like evenly. I could feel Bardo's eyes kind of being like, sure, yeah, we can split it evenly. But Robert was very much a case of like, yeah,
Bardo's a very selfish person.
No, really.
Yeah.
yeah. Believe it or not, Bardo's more selfish than Robert.
I believe that's true.
I'm just nicer to people
Bardo's
around
just
me.
nicer, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Bardo's much more likeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Whereas Robert's more honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
yeah.
like
Very
disappeared off screen. for a
conniving.
second.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like bye. Then we went to
You also got the Stone of Resolve.
yeah.
Which we gave to
Immediately.
Yeah. Well, it was like spells against confusion, and instantly I was like, there are spells that can control people to make them do what they want, and then they'll attack us even though we're their friends. And then I was like, Robert's going to kill us. Robert's absolutely
can
going to
kill.
kill us.
Robert can do
and
so
he
much
would,
damage.
and nothing would stop him.
I think the biggest thing as well is like I don't know what your resolve is, but I know ours are both like quite high,
Yeah.
and so I'd presumed that your twos were lower.
Yeah, my result was about a 2.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, but it's not.
it's like-
It's,
It's not
not
a
great.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And the way I roll
But-
in like
but-
situations.
You're also, as later depicted, quite trigger happy as it is. Like, I don't think it takes very much to get you to start
wouldn't say I'm
shooting
trigger
people.
You shot a pigeon in the street in broad
Well,
daylight.
in Robert's mind, for very good reason. In Rio's mind, he's fully paranoid.
Yeah.
He's fully paranoid.
Yeah, I'm
But, like,
glad you know.
Like, no, as Rio, like, when it was happening.
So as Rio,
As
he's
Rio.
very trigger happy.
I don't like the
Rio.
phrase trigger happy. And I'm not trying to defend him because he will shoot things that have to be shot in his mind. But that
in
doesn't mean
his
he's-
mind, that was Aldous and it had to be shot.
it had to be shot 100%.
Right. But like,
Yeah,
he's very trigger happy.
I guess. Like, I guess. I can't argue with that. But
And so Luck was really like, oh no, he would kill us. Because we'd also seen Bardo like miss all of these hits for the cane.
I love the
Bardo-
image in
no.
my head of Bardo just
The way you
swinging this
described
fucking
it.
cane around.
Like, ugh,
Yeah.
ugh.
Because the other one I was really like, okay, well we can run away from a cane. I can't outrun a bullet.
Yeah. Bardo being a romantic poetry diehard fan, it's really made their character for me. Like, I'm really obsessed. It's made sense of Bardo for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Yeah, so we went to the first
I
place.
went
Mr.
back.
Lloyd,
But,
big
well,
up Lloyd.
yeah,
I
he was
really-
We bought the
lovely.
mobile and it was so cute.
Yeah,
We
that's
like got
really
money, we
cute.
were like, half of it gone, instantly gone.
Yeah.
No, but it was you giving us so many chances to be like, oh yeah, it was only like 5 gold. We can get
These
this.
girls
so
are
cheap.
nice and
we were like,
stupid.
no, I think you said 20.
I actually, that was because I genuinely couldn't remember how much I said it
I
was.
genuinely hadn't written it down. As
No,
a note, so-
I'm
I
like
do
so
think it
certain
was
that
between
it was
20 and 30.
I think it was 20 because I remember being like, that's a lot, but it's not like. Because I
wasn't.
remember having the thought of like, oh, if we get loads of money, I could come back and get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy we got that. And again, it's really just solidified, like, Luck and Sylvia, just me and you.
Yeah.
Like, in
For
a
real,
different
for real.
bond.
Literally.
It was really because we went in there and Rob was like, all right, let me buy the practical things because I wasted a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, they're going to be useful. They're buying the fucking mobile. But it's fine. It's your money. Like, you know.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna buy the +1 and the +2 magic bullets in case another water thingy hits us.
Like, he's not fucking around with that shit. As soon as it became a possibility, he was like, well, I'm not screwing with that again. And then we got loitered.
Wanted our pretty
mobile. Which is, like, as Roy, I'm like, that's really cute.
I want that in real life.
No, me too. So bad.
And then as Robert, it's like, eye twitching. Like, it's their money. They can spend it.
It's every time the hat comes off.
No,
or the pencil goes in the mouth.
Deranged.
Like, I feel like he's got something.
Yeah,
like,
he's got something
and
he
he just
just
like,
Yeah. You know, like maybe he has just like a leather belt or strap or something.
Maybe that's what I can make him.
biting stick.
I'll just like craft a bit of like wood to like
to bite.
What's this for? Oh, sometimes we say stuff. Yeah, you fucking do. But yeah, we found out more about the stuff.
Yeah, the stone. Lloyd is so nice and helpful.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
And then we just left. We were like, cool, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, what else could we got from him?
Yeah.
I mean, we tried to get some more information about, because we found out he likes pranks and trickery.
But he's a goblin.
Yeah, but like,
it's
more
like
confirmed, I
this
think.
is like intense level up from just like some pranks and trickery. It's like
what, like digging up?
why? Yeah, I mean the hole. Yeah, there's
the
a hole.
hole.
And they've sold Hyde Park.
Yeah, the next morning finding out about, because I was like, oh, every morning it's probably like a routine where we go up to like William and be like, what's new?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of things have you found out? Because like we're both very aware.
That's
like,
why you're always the first man that he tells, because you're always in there at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Because he'll tell anyone else. It's just we're there first.
Yeah.
The
fact that you live 10 minutes away and you still choose to sleep in the gutter.
That's 10 whole minutes I could be drinking.
What the fuck is wrong with Robert?
No, it was Robert being, I've just wasted 12 gold.
Oh, Jesus, like 12
No, copper,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, it was the way you were like, give me your keys then, and you were like, no, fine, I'll go home. And still slept on the floor.
It's because it's like, what if he gets too comfortable?
I'm so obsessed with whatever the fuck this dynamic is. It's so good.
It's truly, I'm losing my mind at like the whole thing.
You know how we've just created us?
Yeah.
I feel like this dynamic, it is just the two of you.
Just full shenanigans to me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You turned Aunt Trudy into a badger.
I did.
Oh,
she
that was
loved
cute.
it.
That was really cute. And yeah,
we turned into hummingbirds,
we
not
did.
kingfishers.
We flew around the mobile.
Yeah, that was nice.
so
I was saying this to Maijai, I like hadn't clocked that I think Trudy thinks that Lack and Sylvie are together.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
because she was like, oh, that's why I like you with this one, she won't get you pregnant. And Sylvie was just like, oh yeah, my nice friend wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that to me.
I don't know how or why or what. Okay.
It was just like, and what's really, that whole conversation was really funny because Sylvie was really like, oh no, I'm not going to get pregnant. But like, you did walk in with a mobile for a baby and you were like, look what I've got.
Surprise!
Yeah, but
Very
like,
valid reaction.
but if I saw that, I would buy it for me.
You get
Same.
her a card saying, you're a great aunt now.
And no, I thought it just
no,
meant
you-
you're
you
great
get-
as an
yeah.
aunt. I just thought that's what it meant.
Yeah. That was funny.
That was so fun.
That was really funny.
I enjoyed that we were late because we spent an hour just staring at it.
Again, me and you, because
Yeah.
we would just be in bed like,
Oh, it's so pretty.
I do like how it's just like no matter how late we go to sleep, it's like
We're
a
always
regime
up at
is like always up at 7.
yeah. We did a grave robbery and nobody noticed.
That was cool.
And I realised halfway through that, like, I could have done something to keep that. I just didn't. So
Yeah.
we was just like, let's just do this in broad daylight, in the open.
The thing is, the one time our morals like aligned, we're like, this feels wrong.
Yeah, I really didn't like it.
Absolutely
But I was
not.
also like, I feel like what I'm about to do is way better than like digging up the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes less time,
Yeah.
for sure.
It
And
feels
it's
more
neater
respectful.
and like you're not going to accidentally like crack the skull with a shovel or
Your morals are weird.
we've still
My morals make
our
perfect
slow-gate
sense to me.
person.
They make perfect sense to me. I don't understand any questions
Yeah.
about it and I'll answer it. Like, you know.
Yeah. I don't really have questions. They're just funny to me.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I think my question is just sort of,
What?
Yeah.
And the reason is...
Yeah.
That's what I expected.
Yeah.
But then going to Hyde Park,
Yeah.
I'd say it's a successful trip.
Yeah, we found out the information you found out from your friend, fellow vagrant.
Aldous was there.
Yeah. Oh, you called him a slimy little man.
I was thinking, because I don't know if you guys have seen this, like, a really famous Tumblr post of someone, like, they, like, a student hacked into the school computers, emailed a professor just saying, you're a slimy little man.
Yeah!
And I've always wanted to say that to someone. I've always just wanted to say, you're a slimy little man. Because it just tickles
so
me.
good.
It tickles me.
And that was
like,
a compliment.
just imagine receiving an email and that's all, no subject, just, you're a slimy little man. That would crack me up. If I ever received that.
I'm gonna randomly
email
send
you that.
We're gonna actually put your email out for anybody who wants
Email Morne.
Please email you're a slimy little man.
Email that to the Damsels official account. But no, what I found really funny about that was, like, he's a goblin, like, he enjoys causing mischief and chaos, that's, like, why he's doing, and, like, he loved that he did that. He was like, oh, yeah, I've done that, that's what I live off of, like, that was good, it was good, though. And then we went to his shop with a plan.
But he just, like, blinked away, so he's got that,
Yeah.
which I feel like is a very, very powerful spell. I feel like that's high level.
Yeah.
And I mean, he is, like, ancient.
Yeah. Ancient goblin.
Ancient goblin.
I feel like he's my enemy. I hate him.
You and Aldous have some beef.
Yeah.
No, Robert has beef with Aldous. We don't
Aldous
even know
doesn't. I don't think Aldous really gives a fuck.
No, he does
He does
because
if he
he's
knows
spying
you've been
on
snooping
me.
around.
Yeah, he does give a fuck and he's spying on me. But
But
that's
like, I don't understand why he's targeting you when I'm literally with you all the time.
yeah, because I was mean to him.
Yeah, again, because
Like
Bardo's nicer than you are.
Yeah, 100%. But like, it's the only reason why.
I wanna leave.
Let's go.
You did threaten to kill him.
Oh, 100%. Because,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those things where like
Stupid.
100%. It's one of those things where once again he acted out of anger, fully aware that he acted out of
I
anger.
forgot that you threatened to kill him.
Yeah, 100%. But then he left, straight away.
Yeah.
It was like, it's just pure out of anger. But I feel like if they were to have a proper conversation where they were both honest on both sides, it'd be way more productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Aldous is a
Sorry, are you
is a
saying
liar.
that, like, communication is key?
Stop.
Whoa! I'm a full communicator. When have I not communicated? When has Robert not communicated? Let's be fully honest here. He's said what's on his mind all the time. Not the best presentation.
Yeah, but when I say what's on my mind all the time, I get told off.
But I'm aware that Robert's an arsehole.
I'm aware that Talia's
Robert's aware that he's an arsehole.
Robert's fully aware.
That's the issue.
Yeah, there's the issue. Robert's
Yeah.
No, Talia's aware that she's not a nice person most of the time.
Yeah, see, Robert knows he's not a nice person all of the time.
Yeah, but that's because
But then
he's
she also
not a nice
thinks
person.
everything she does is justified most of the time.
Robert's fully aware that, because like he walks away when he does something out of he does something out of anger and he's like, I need to remove myself from this situation. Because he's done that twice now. One point
He
he
did,
gun at
yeah.
and he was like, right, I need to leave. And then threatening out Aldous was like, right, I need to leave.
Yeah.
I want to leave!
I wanna leave! And then we all just carried on with the conversation.
yeah, it's just like
We got really nice things!
Yeah, that was really...
it is, yeah.
Luke and Sylvie had a lovely time in this episode.
I forgot that we were meant to be distracting, and I was just like, oh, look at, we've just been told that we can look at things all day. No, it was him being like, well, we could look around here all day to look at things.
I was like, yeah,
alright, yeah, let's do it!
But I think it was a very successful. Like, you guys did a good job.
Yeah.
You almost didn't when they were like, oh, do you want to try on this cape? And you went, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna, like,
It doesn't
grapple
matter.
her.
It really doesn't matter. You're there to distract.
But
Yeah, so we didn't
Aldous
care.
gave his word as a Fae that it wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah.
Right.
And a Fae's word.
A Fae's word is
Yeah.
bond.
Yeah.
As much as I hate Aldous, a Fae's word is
Also,
bond.
I'm
and
really
that's
like, there's not really an effect that could have done that like is able to be sold and tried in a shop that like
Yeah.
Sylvie would have cared about.
Yeah.
You know?
if Percy Jackson thought that he would have been tied up to a bed and had his head
Okay, but
wedged
Sylvie is
up the
not
hole.
Percy Jackson, is she?
I really want to go on like one of those racks just to crack my back.
Yeah, but I'd want it to pull me
Same.
from like the armpits.
Yeah.
and the wrist.
What are we talking about? I feel like I'm Robert with you guys because it's like, oh yeah, this slice was really great. I want my back wrapped. What's going on?
It's just like a bed that like they try
You
to
know
make...
the old torture machines?
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
put on a bed because he wants everyone to be the same
Exactly
height.
6 foot.
Yeah, so he like chops off like all the.
Well, he
excess
stretches the
bits.
people who are short and he chops off the people who
Yeah.
are too tall.
What the fuck are you guys watching?
Reading. I read this as a 13-year-old.
Yeah, as a
I forgot
child.
books existed.
This is
My
the
bad.
first book as well, isn't it? It's like the first.
Yeah,
or second
it's in
book
the first one.
It's
Is it the
Yeah.
first one?
It's early on, I swear. I haven't read
There are
them.
many
Anyway,
books before-
anyway.
This is not a show about Percy Jackson. You
We should
found
make a
things.
book channel.
We should.
We should do Damsels do books.
Damsels book club.
What's going on?
Sorry, I've got luck on the brain.
Yeah, we should do a Damsels book club.
Yeah.
I've never
We
been
found-
so easily
Yeah, but
distracted
it's
by
same,
things as
but it
well.
can all
Right.
be like topical
What
books.
did we find in the warehouse?
Warehouse shit.
well-
Warehouse shirt, yeah.
100% guaranteed it was the same Autonotron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% guaranteed. Like we like.
I mean, we already knew that.
Robert was like, I know for a fact.
How
we
many?
saw it.
How many people have them?
At least 2. I don't know. Someone else must have one. I don't know.
Not necessarily.
Sure, but like confirmed because of the mud.
Yeah.
And then we had a look at
Maybe.
the work. Oh my god,
God.
his jacket is filled with his. I forgot that I've just filled my pockets with
Yeah.
a bunch of his papers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Don't know what it means.
You got loads of
No.
stuff in your
Yeah.
pocket.
And spied opinions.
Yeah, because I got the nat 20 on the crate. Didn't even have to try to open it. It was already opened.
Your pockets are filled with shit.
Your pockets are bulging.
Yeah, but all the thing is, it's different because
big
all the shit that like is in my pockets, apart from like 2 things, are like things that are like useful.
Yeah, things
Useful,
that could be
like,
in your
very
pocket
much could be in your
anyway.
pocket.
Yeah.
And then like everything that you have is just kind of like that could be useful, that could be
Yeah.
useful, that could be useful. Most of the time, it has ended up being useful.
Yeah.
But like my stuff feels like I have like
Except for that
quest things in my pockets, and you have like
I just have
components.
crap that I
Yeah.
like.
Exactly.
Of my stuff.
It's good though that if you've got loads of crap in your bag, at least like the weight and like the size of the bag doesn't actually change.
Yeah.
So it's not like in the way.
I mean, it's also a magic bag, so.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I like the rock paper scissors thing. we did
Oh,
as well.
that was
That
really
was
funny.
so good.
That was the most Bardo thing.
Yeah.
I in my head I was like, I'm gonna whatever. If I actually win, cool. But if I don't, I'm lying.
Oh,
But it took me when you said scissors. Like, fuck.
Right, what beats
What beats
scissors?
scissors?
Well, it was
I felt like there was that pause, like in canon, though.
Yeah.
This is one-
Bardo thought about it.
It was one of those things where like as Robert, it was just like, all right, like whatever he does is whatever he does. I saw your hand went paper, so Rob was like, all right, I'm gonna say scissors, and then you were like, and I was like, because I don't want to go first, and then like Bardo was like rock, and it was like, well, Bardo would never lie to me about this, so I guess I'm going first.
I'd already been blasted before. I
Yeah,
wasn't
and
letting
Robert
it
being,
happen again.
I mean, I threw the canteen, and Robert, like even that was just like, I don't trust it. But
I was like, you threw it, but I feel like I thought there was going to be like a pressure plate, like as soon as you walked in.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened
I
before. Is
probably-
you
I
put your
prob-
foot in, you stepped on the paving stone, and then you got blasted.
I mean, I definitely described it wrong then, because when I say throw it, in my mind it was definitely more of like a slide across the floor. So that's on.
well,
me.
I was thinking
Yeah.
if you throw a canteen, that's going to be loud as
That's
fuck.
what I thought.
Yeah, so I definitely described it wrong because it, like in my mind, it was like a slide situation.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Just like.
Yeah.
Slide.
How did you interpret it?
I thought you emptied the water.
Oh, just poured it onto the. Okay.
That would have been good.
Well-
Wow, we all thought
We
differently.
all thought differently, but either way, fuck it. Got out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got in.
Got in. Stole some shit. Left the back door wide open.
Yeah.
And then
I'm gonna taunt that goblin.
I mean, if the back door's wide open, you
already
can always
have-
go back and have a look for your hanky.
Yeah, but the thing is, Aldous has it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't know that?
Probably.
I do. I do. Let's not have this conversation. Like, we can have this conversation in character in the game.
Robert is
Well, can
alive
we
in
just
Rio's
have a
eyes
moment?
right now.
Robert lives in the eyes.
Yeah, he does. It's like Rosalind, but on the opposite end of a spectrum.
I
There's Rosalind's eyes and there's Robert eyes.
And everyone else's eyes are in the middle somewhere.
I made myself look like it.
Oh my god! So
He showed him his own manic eyes, which was good. Somebody needed to.
Yeah. He
look
avoids
in the
looking.
mirror,
He
as it
avoids
were.
looking in the mirror for a reason.
It was just the. I can see that I need to calm
Yeah,
down.
that was good.
But we could go back and look for the hanky.
Yeah.
It's a shame you don't have locate object.
Yeah, it is. But, oh well. Oh well.
Yeah.
But,
But got 4 of those.
yeah.
I've got 4 of those.
Or spider pitons, yeah.
So if I do need to climb somewhere,
No, because they always stop working at the most inconvenient
Yeah.
time, and that's when, and you're gonna
That's the
die.
point.
100%.
And you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to turn you into a bird. And you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna be mad at me, even though I saved your life.
Yeah. Probably.
The Resolve Stone wouldn't protect against being turned into a bird because it's not a charm.
No.
As in, no, I'm incorrect.
No, it wouldn't protect.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's maybe not use the objects
No.
that we know are designed to
It's-
stop working at really bad times.
It's one of those situations where it's like, it's a very last resort if there's any, like, if there's no other way, no other, like, solution to do something. Last resort.
Yeah, but do you know what the other solution would be? I turn us all into animals that can fly up.
Yeah, and Robert, last time you got turned into a rat and then blasted by, like, cold. So it's like, you know?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen a second time.
Yeah.
So then we left and you went mental.
You went
Robert
insane.
lost
That was fucking
I saw it. I saw it snap.
No,
like I saw
Robert snapped.
something happened.
I've thought he snapped before. He hasn't.
No,
that was
no.
nothing compared to,
No.
to the pigeon. The
Well, it
pigeon.
went into, like, it was one of those situations where, like, oh, there's no handkerchief. Are you fucking with me, Bardo?
No.
Have you guys seen my handkerchief? And you guys like, we didn't even know you had a handkerchief.
Yeah. What
And then
handkerchief,
like
you
things started
dirty man.
clocking, and then like it's like, oh, Aldous mentioned to you that as long as he has something that belongs to the person, he can watch where they are and scribe. And then it was just kind of like that. But and then it was immediately like he's watching me right now. Like even though he probably wasn't in that moment, like it was one of those moments like right now he's watching me.
Does he feel like it's solved now that he's blown up a pigeon?
To be honest, it did calm him down a little bit. It felt like it's 100%. It might like he knows that wasn't a permanent solution, but it was for because it's real. I was like, that's just a pigeon.
That is, yeah.
But,
that
like,
was so obviously just
obvious, very obvious. But it's
You
like,
eviscerated it.
well, it was one of those things
so
where it's
sad.
like you were having like a one-sided conversation, and then you went, I'm pretty sure, and he's like, you're pretty sure? They lie. Goblins lie. They're tricky. And then I blew it up.
Goblins lie, they're tricky.
There was like one bit that really killed me and I can't remember what it was now. But it was so
The pollen sickness.
Yeah, I don't know what the word for it was.
No, it was when you were like, you're not going to make me think that I'm insane now.
Yeah.
But the way that you were looking, you're like this, and you're like,
Yeah, I'm not insane.
Yeah, it's so fun because
you've never looked more insane in your
100%.
entire life.
100%.
Nobody's going to convince me that I'm insane.
And you shot a pigeon just in the middle of a street in
Yeah.
the middle of the day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look,
In central London.
I'm going to say this right now. Robert's way less of a hypocrite than most people because he eats meat and he will kill an animal.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just the way it goes.
That's
And-
fair. However, deranged choice for
Yes.
the middle of the day, the middle of the street
Hey.
where people are.
In Robert's head.
Quite a nice area
Yeah.
of London.
You're in Mayfair.
Yeah,
Literally.
in Robert's head, it's very much a case of like, if I kill this pigeon, we're not being watched, so I'm protecting all of us. Because like then he can't watch us like right now in this moment.
Insane.
And even if
Do you know what we could have done? We could have moved, seen if the pigeon followed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but instead you guys were standing in the street with me, going like, "Guy, like, no, trust me."
I
he's
gave
not
you a
watching
carrot.
You gave me a carrot.
That's nice.
I gave you chamomile and lavender and
But
they
he's
made
got
it
the
smell
pollen
like
He's got the pollen
lavender.
sickness.
I've got the fun sex.
I
Just-
don't know why you
Illusion.
sneezed there.
There's he just needed to sneeze in that moment, I guess. I guess he just had a sneeze coming along, and he's like, "Well, it must be the lavender."
Coincidence.
It must be the pollen sickness.
Ridiculous.
Silly.
Maybe my jaw hurts so much from all the laughing I've been doing.
Maybe.
And I'm finally gonna cast Locate Person on your
It's
sister.
taken us long enough.
Episode 7.
We get to meet Trudy.
Yes!
You've
I'm
never
so
met
excited. No.
Sylvie doesn't really know how to feel about bringing you guys to see. Like Sylvie doesn't really want Robert to meet
Like,
you.
we know. In my head, we were going to go speak to Trudy. And, like, they're going to go wait somewhere.
I'm a colleague. Like,
Yeah.
you don't,
But-
it's not every day you're just like, yeah, do you want to come meet my family?
No.
So just a colleague.
But especially because
criminal
Sylvie
colleague.
tries to, like,
But I'm also like, if we
play
are
down
being
everything
watched,
she's doing.
if we are being watched, we shouldn't take them to the
No!
place.
No.
I'm coming with you. Okay.
I mean, you might not be coming into the house.
Well, you've never seen Robert interact with like general civilians that we haven't needed to threaten or get
No,
information.
but I
from.
also think you might be being spied on.
No, your characters are very much like you might be wrong.
No, Sylvie does think because of the handkerchief.
Oh, okay.
She was really like fair. She didn't think you needed to kill a pigeon.
No.
Like that was Sylvie's
Locke
problem.
was
with
being
that.
like, there's loads of things that we can do to make sure that that doesn't
right,
happen.
Sylvie
That's
was-
why we're going to go to Trudy.
Sylvie's biggest thing was like, okay, that's not certain. That is a possibility. Why are you killing a pigeon?
Yeah.
Like, why are you mental? That was Sylvie's stance, just to clear that up.
Cool. It's very much a case
Like,
of
she didn't think that you were being, like, you were being unreasonable.
Yes.
She could see that that was a possibility.
Yeah.
She was also just like, why are you killing a pigeon?
Yeah, it's very much a case of like Robert's like, oh, this makes perfect sense.
Doing that.
It was like, oh, I'm making perfect sense, and then you guys are like, it's one of those situations where you're trying to tell an angry person to calm down.
Yeah.
That's what that situation felt like, and it's like, don't tell me to calm down. Like you're treating me wrong.
Luck has started to not trust people.
Yeah, that was
Right.
always gonna happen.
No, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's
Sad.
yeah. I mean, you know, that's it's a shame for someone to lose their innocence.
You just speed ran my Rosalind
No,
character
for real,
up.
but, no, it's good.
So yeah, we're off to Trudy's then.
Yeah. And I guess we'll see what happens when I try and find Sybil.
Yeah.
I'm a bit scared.
Me too.
Because, yeah. What's kind of funny is that, like, if Luck's lost a bit of her trust, like, Sylvie's kind of been contaminated by Luck being like, because there was really a point when Sylvie was trying to like calm everything down and like, right, we're gonna go and we're gonna do the location spell. Really in her head she was like she was really like believing your initial argument of like, okay, but like once we find Sybil it's actually all fine because we're actually not involved in anything.
Yeah.
It's just about you two getting reunited. And Sybil's not gonna want to hurt you unless she's been like turned against you and trying, and even then like that's just personal beef, it's nothing to do with anything else. So actually we just need to resolve you and Sybil and then we're done with this. And she shouldn't believe that, and she didn't originally, and now she kind of does.
It's great.
Yeah, I think we're both aware. Like, this is something greater. Like, there's something.
No, I know
more
it's
going
something
on.
greater.
Yeah,
I just think
100%.
I don't need to be involved in the bigger stuff if we sort out you and your sister.
Yeah. Plus, I think that she'll just tell us everything that we need to know so that we can help.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that that's. The
I mean,
case.
I don't think that.
Yeah, as Taya, bullshit.
Yeah,
but like, as Sylvie, she's starting to believe Luck's nonsense.
Favourite moments?
Buying the mobile.
That was really cute.
No, it was actually Robert losing his mind.
Yeah. I did enjoy buying our little things and like,
Yeah.
No, that
I
was
like
really cute.
that.
I really did like that.
but it
moment.
was Robert going mental.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
that
And
was
I
my
liked
favourite.
Bardo just laughing hysterically at the whole thing.
It's not the first time, I think, where it's like,
Like,
ah,
Because that was in canon, I think.
Yeah, it was. You
'Cause, like,
said.
my
like,
laughter
I said
wasn't.
that I'm laughing maniacally.
yeah. Which is so good.
Bardo, when you walk past us, we've got one insane person, somebody laughing maniacally, two of us just being like, ah, and then a pigeon gets shot.
Bardo lives for the entertainment.
Bardo
this
does.
is all such fun.
Bardo does it for the vine.
Yeah.
Is that, what's your favourite moment?
My favourite moment was probably Luck, like in the artificers being like, so I'm looking for something small, and he was showing you all these really, really cool, really wonderful things, but every time he shows me,
You're like,
no,
it's not small
fits in
enough."
my hand. It's small. I want something that fits in my hand, nothing big. It's like,
Which is the perfect distraction because it's like, no, something small and it just took up so much time.
That was
Great.
No, but like for real, she keeps asking people,
Yeah.
can I have something that I can fit in my hand? And they keep pulling out like these things. And I'm like, does that fit in my hand? No.
It does if you're a bear or an...
You're a goblin! You're smaller than me! Does it fit in your hand?
Well, once again, this talks has descended into chaos.
It's because all of these characters are mental.
This is a mental party
Yeah.
of people. Going crazy. Any closing thoughts?
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what this locator spell does.
Me too, and I'm scared that it's not going to be fun anymore. And I mean, it's going to be fun, but it's not going to be like.
You're gonna be crying. Yeah, I'm scared.
yeah.
It's upsetting.
Okay, the DM just said yes.
Wow, that's
Just
ominous.
said yes.
That is ominous.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm really excited.
I just want to meet Aunt Trudy, I think.
Yeah.
I want you to not.
Yeah.
Sylvie will try and stop that from happening, I think.
Okay.
Cool.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I can just like.
Turn them into...
I can just greater hex them so that they can't follow us.
What does that do? Does that
Bardo's
affect my
fine,
mind?
it's just Robert.
No.
No, it affects all of your rolling.
That's fine. I was just still follow you.
You do still get a plus through. Oh no, that's only in solutions. Sorry.
Well,
We'll
see what happens.
we'll see.
And so will you, if you tune in
Yes.
next week.
If you're still here, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Give Fey Earth a follow because this is so much fun.
And if you're here from Fey Earth, give us a follow because we do other cool things too.
because again, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you to our patrons and thank you patrons. I've got-
Patron. Our patrons.
And thank you to Fey Earth patrons and
We
do all
love
the
you
things.
And submissive and subscribable.
submissive and subscribable.
Ah.
Bye.